What's up, guys? ArtistVersion1 here. As you can tell from the title, we're doing something we haven't done in a while again, and that is a board game update. I wanted to put out a video this week, and I went ahead and just grabbed some stuff from like the past year that I don't think I've shown off in a video or on a live. I may have shown glimpses of some stuff on a live, but haven't really shown it off in a video. So I figured, hey, we'll do a board game update. And if you see right here, it's kind of blending in a little bit. We're testing out a new mic here. So hopefully the sound quality is a little bit better here. And we're not just using the iPhone mic here. We're actually using a little bit of a better quality mic. But before we get into what we got over here, I got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 games here. Strike that. I got 12 games. I got to reach for that one. Boom. I forgot to put it with the stack. There we go. In the description down below, you will find my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, all that good stuff. If you guys want to help a brother out, if you guys want to see more videos like this, you're going to hear a soda open. Then you can make that happen by donating a little something. Also, if you want to get yourself an official artist t-shirt, there's a Teespring link down below. Not only just t-shirt, you can get yourself a sticker, you can get yourself a poster. There's a pillow. We've actually sold a pillow before. Holy shit. That as well. And also there is 2, that's right, 2 Amazon wish lists down below because I'm a greedy bastard. Not entirely true. One is just for random stuff there, and the other one is for my adult Instagram coloring, whatever. I said that all wrong, but it's for my Instagram for adult coloring. That sounds better. And it's just all coloring books. So those 2 are also in the description down below. And on top of all that, if you guys want to get yourself a free 4-pack of Raise Energy, that's down there as well. All you gotta do is pay shipping. So with all that being said, let's get right into it, because now we have 12 games to talk about here. And again, some of these go back as far as a year that I bought. Some I've bought on eBay, some I've picked up in the thrift shops, everything. So we're going to start with the one that I actually picked up the other day. I thought it'd be fun to play on lives if we ever get enough people to play them. But I went ahead and picked it up. It was only $4 at Walmart, so I figured why not. And that is Family Feud, the Jumbo card game, the Platinum Edition. I do have the regular edition as well. Because for those of you who are wondering, because I know like Andrew and a couple others have asked, like, dude, how come you don't do that much board game updates and stuff anymore? It's because I've run out of fuck room. Like, literally. And I don't mean that figuratively. Literally, I've run out of room to put board games and everything. So when I do get a board game, it's usually something very small. And you'll notice that the theme, like the biggest one, I only have like one somewhat big game in here, and even then I'm just like, I don't even know where the hell I'm going to put it. I only bought it, well, we'll talk about that when we get to it. So if I do buy something, it's usually something small or small-ish, you know, like a lot of these are very small in size, so something that I can like maybe put in somewhere. But pretty soon I am going to be getting rid of some of this shit, whether it's sell it, donate it, I don't know. But I do have the other version of this. I figure very small, I can throw on the shelf. And speaking of the card game, this one I picked up like, oh god, I don't know, 5 months ago maybe. I forgot about it. Found it the other day when I was packing a box for the kid. It's based on a TV show, and I'm actually like, and it's still at Walmart. You can actually still pick these up, which is really good because I'm really glad that this is still sticking around. It's still somewhat popular, that they're still selling a version of the game in a store somewhere, which is really cool because, you know, it's not on TV anymore. So it just shows you how the staying power of this game, and that is the Deal or No Deal card game. I at one point had every version of Deal or No Deal there was to have, like in a home version. I think now I'm missing one of the handhelds, and I'm missing one of the handhelds and something else. I can't remember what it is. I'm missing one of the handhelds and I can't remember. I know I'm missing a handheld, but I have this one. This was a newer version of the card game they did, so I figured for $4, And I'll go ahead and grab it. I even have the one they did in a briefcase. I have that one. I even have the Wii version. I don't even play my Wii. I did have the DS version for a while. We did have a DS for like a very short time back in like 2007, 2008, something like that. I even have that one still floating around here somewhere. I have the 2 computer games. I have every version of Deal or No Deal you could have. I have the talking home version, everything. So yep, there's the 2 card games right there, Deal or No Deal. Because shit used to stop at my house for Deal or No Deal. I used to, when I worked at Blockbuster, I used to request Wednesdays off so I could watch Deal or No Deal. That's how much Deal or No Deal was life, man. This one here, it's actually been sitting in my living room for months. I can't tell you how long it's been sitting in my living room. I actually just read through the rules today, and I think it would make a pretty good episode of Game On just because of how fucking confusing it is if I ever get around to making Game On again. But it is actually Tennis the Card Game. I saw this at Salvation Army for $1.99, and I think that day it was half off, purple tags. So I was just like, you know what? And it was made in like, when was this made? I think, judging from the logo, it had to be 70s. I think that's why I bought it, because it was fairly old. Yeah, 1975. Hey, not the only game from 1975 we have today. So I was like, you know, it's pretty cool. You know, it's very vintage. You know, I sometimes like just picking up. There's a couple of things I like grabbing just for the sake of grabbing. One is very vintage and oddball games, and just kind of fit that description. Like they took tennis and turned it into a cardboard game here. And the other ones being like very obscure games, you know, or like movie, TV show games. I like grabbing just for the sake of grabbing. You know, if it's like something like really cheap, you know. So tennis, the board game, and like I said, I read the rules, and like the rules, I'm just like, what the fuck? It can make for pretty. I don't know. It could at least make for a good gag in an episode of Game On. I don't know about a whole episode, but it could at least make for a good gag. Which one do I want to do next? I'll do this one. This one here, you know, sometimes they take, you know, full versions of board games, and then they scale them down. I'm going to back up a little bit here. They scale them down to a travel version or, you know, on-the-go version. This is one that they did that to. I wanted the full version for, like, the longest time. But I can never get like a good deal on it. I can never just find the best deal on it. Not, you know, enough to make me go like, oh, holy shit, I gotta buy it. I gotta buy it now. And now I think it's like hard to find. And if you do find it, it's like $30. You know, I'm just like, the hell with it. You know, and I'll tell you why I wanted the full one. But I figured since I can't find the full one now, this was at Five Below. So I was like, for $5, fuck it. It's better than nothing. And that is Wheel of Fortune Bingo here. And the reason why, I think it's fairly obvious why I wanted the full version. Because the full version you get, let me get it out here, if it's in here. The full version, you actually get an actual wheel. Whereas this one, you just get this little, cardboard. It's been under there. Ooh, did I hit the jackpot? Oh, no. Okay. You get this little cardboard one, whereas like you get the actual wheel in the big one there, which is the main selling point. Which is why I only have 2 Wheel of Fortune board games. One I have just because it was from Tyco Games, and it was like one of the rare times that Tyco had the license to Wheel of Fortune. They had that in Jeopardy for a little bit, and I think they only released like 1 game under their Tyco game. So I was like, all right, so I have that one, and the only other one I have is the deluxe version, because it actually has the actual wheel you can turn and shit, not like one of them flicker wheels and such. But I've been wanting it, so I was like, for $5, I'll go ahead and grab it. And speaking of games you scale down so you can sell for $5, I saw this at Dollar General, and me and Jax, we actually we kind of played like 1 round of this on live one night, and it was somewhat funny. Not entirely funny, but somewhat funny. But we played Impractical Jokers, the game here. As you see on the back there are the full versions right there. But this, they kind of did the scaled down version here that you could sell for like $5 at like Dollar General or Five Below and such. This one I found at Dollar General, as you can tell from the sticker. But I thought for the $5, I thought me and Jax had a good laugh out of it, you know, for the $5. But it was just cool because a lot of people, you know, some people don't know. I hated Impractical Jokers at first. I wouldn't say I hated it. I kind of more had a vendetta against it because it was because of this show that True TV changed their entire program lineup. You know, True TV used to be stuff like, you know, Operation Repo and Most Shocking, Most Daring, you know, that type of stuff, until Impractical Jokers came around and just changed their whole lineup. They became like comedy shows and such, and I didn't like that, you know. But after watching Impractical Jokers, I was like, all right, this is actually a pretty fucking funny show. I mean, there's been times where, like, when I was living with baby mama, where I'd be watching, I'd be trying not to laugh to wake her up, and just shaking the bed, just, you know. But this one here, again, this is one that's been sitting in the basement for a while, and every time I suggest playing it on live, nobody really perks up to it. I think it'd be a fun live game to play, but for those who have ever played Google Feud online, man, my mouth is just, there we go. For those of you who ever played Google Feud online, this actually comes from the creators of Google Feud. It is actually Google Feud, the home game, and that is autocomplete right there. Obviously, they couldn't call it Google Feud in the home version, but it is essentially that game, but the board game version at home, and it plays just like from the creator of Google Feud right here. 300 prompts, you know, and you basically have to guess the automatic Google right there, you know. So whenever I mean, there's been times where people are like, let's play a game on live, and I'm like, hey, autocomplete. Nobody says a word when I say that, so I'm just like, all right, I guess, you know, this has been sitting down probably, again, almost a year, you know, to the point where I've given up hope that you know. But autocomplete, I think I got it for like $3 at a Goodwill here. And speaking of Goodwill, this oh god, I've talked about my Goodwills in my cities before, and they're hit and miss. And there's one that in Iowa City that I'm just like, I can't stand. Every time I go into it and look at board games, I'm just like, it's either shit I don't want, or shit I want but they just want outrageous prices for. And I'm just like, do y'all just throw darts at prices and just see what y'all hit? You know, usually if I end up buying something from the one in Iowa City, it's usually like a DVD or like a record, something like that. I can't tell you the last time I bought a like game from the Iowa City Goodwill. And then there's one, then there's the Goodwill right up the street from me. That one, I swear, I think the most I've ever paid for a board game there was $3. You know? And then there's the one in Marion, Iowa, that this one's all over the board. You know, like at least like in Iowa City, it's either one or one. This one's all over the board. So this one right here, I'll tell you what it is in a second. But like they had a Home Alone 2 board game, which not a lot of people know that exists. But there is a Home Alone 2 Escape from New York, or Lost in New York. I'm sorry, Lost in New York board game. Which when I saw that there, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get that, man. If that's like, you know, $2, $3, $4, $4 is like my max. I was like, if it's like $4, I'll get that. They went at $12.88 for this Home Alone 2 board game at a Goodwill. I'm like, damn, if I just had a time machine, I can just go back and buy it for that price, brand new. You know? But then they had this one, which is a $30 game at Walmart. If I went right down the street to Walmart, I could have paid $30 for it in the store brand new. But they were selling it there for $3. And that is What Do You Meme? Right here. What Do You Meme? For $3. They were selling it for. If I would have went down the street to Walmart, it was $29.96. But they were selling Home Alone 2, Lost from New York, or Lost in New York, whatever the fuck it's called. You know, Kevin fucks the pigeon lady, whatever it is, for $13. I don't get Goodwill. Goodwill does realize the whole idea of Goodwill is to get a deal, right? Like, they do understand that. You know, like, anyway. But what do you meme is where you take, you know, famous memes. So there's, you know, the girl very happy that the house or restaurant, whatever the hell it is. Oh, house, that's what it is. House is on fire, and then you get cards, kind of like Cards Against Humanity. You know, and think of the most clever thing you could say to that meme there. So, I'm like I said, I mainly got it because down the street it was $30. Here it was $3. So I'm basically saving like $27 just by buying it at Goodwill. So, which one next? This one here. I actually had these in a video at the beginning of January. It was actually in the video that I mentioned before, the day before the dog. We had to put the dog down, unfortunately. But since I never... Oh, damn, I actually forgot another game then. I actually bought a Pocket Jenga, which is actually pretty cool. But I'm not going to get that. At least the other one, in the beginning, I could reach and grab. This one, I can't reach and grab in my room. Like from here. You know. So anyway, I was at Target one day, and I had a couple bucks to spend, and I was looking at the games, and I saw this one game, and it was Big Potato, right? Wasn't it? Oh no, Big G Creative that made the game, and I did a review with them before, Big G Creative, and I asked them for this game, and I never heard anything back from them, so I was like, whatever, you know, I was like, whatever. So I saw it there on clearance for $10. So I was like, you know what, for $10, I have a couple extra bucks, I'm going to get it, just for the sake of having it. You know, this was like one of them, like, obscure games I'm like, I got to have. And then I was checking the price of something, and just out of, you know, shits and giggles, I scanned this one, too, and it actually came up $5. So I was like, oh, even better. So I was like, I went ahead and got it, and that is Kenny G Keeping It Saxy, the game. That's right, Kenny G has his own board game. Kenny G Keeping It Saxy, right there by Big G Creative. That is right, Big G. Yeah, Big G Creative, right there. I know I did a review for Big G before, but I can't recall what game it was that I did for Big G Creative. Well, there it is, right there. I figured for $5. At first, I was in at 10. I was like, oh damn, $10? Okay, that's cool, just for the sake of, and look, it even has like a little Kenny G playing marker and such right there. But I figured that'd just be cool to put on the shelf, and that's where it's been. It's just kind of been sitting on my shelf, like, and it's really cool. But Kenny G, Keeping It Saxy, the game, right there. And the same day I found that, I actually went to a Walmart on the same road, because there's Target, and then like a couple miles down the road, there's a Walmart. So again, I'm looking at the board games, and they had 2 games on clearance for $10, usually like 20, 25. And one of them was Office Space, the game, which I'm like, you know, really wasn't a huge fan of the movie. Don't really care about the game. But this one, I've had my eye on. It just really wasn't worth 20, 25 bucks to me, you know. But at 10, I was like, you know what, this could be fun. You know, I haven't gotten around to playing with it yet, and that is Us Weekly, the game. Mainly because I like the box. I like the box. If you feel the box has kind of like this velvety kind of touch to it, and everything. But Us Weekly, the game, right here, pretty cool. I'm sorry, my brain faded out there. But it also has like it's like celeb buzz battle plus triple charades. It has like a little buzzer and everything here. Plus it looks like a little Us magazine here. I figured for $10, I'd go ahead and at least give it a try. And this seems like something I could extrapolate to something we could play live, you know, on the live shows and such. So I figured, why not, for $10? And this is another one that's at least just been sitting there. You know, I found like a nice spot for it to chill in my room and everything. So that's a weekly game. This one here is probably the one I bought last year with my tax return. I actually bought it with my tax return. Excuse me. And you know, sometimes I just look up certain board games on eBay and just see what pops up. Like I'll type in like Clue and just see what pops up. And you find different editions that way. That's how I ended up finding like my Alfred Hitchcock edition of Clue, was because I just typed in Clue and just looked up different editions. Well, I mean, believe it or not, Jenga is one of those games that do have different editions or different, you know, color variations and such like that. I mean, there's Donkey Kong Jenga, there's Bob's Burgers Jenga, Tetris Jenga, which that's a very different version of Jenga. So one day I was looking Jenga. I was like, let's see what other different Jengas there are. And this one popped up. I was like, wow, that is very unique and something, you know, I like. But I never bought it. And this was like, oh God, I was still working at Hy-Vee when I discovered this. So last year I finally just said, you know what? I have the money, tax return, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and buy me this. And I did, and it's been sitting pretty on the shelf in there. I've yet to even open it. I think it's still sealed, as a matter of, like, the insides are still sealed. Yeah, the inside's still sealed. The box isn't, but the game itself is sealed. And that is Jenga Kellogg's edition. This is basically, the blocks are all different brands that are under the Kellogg's umbrella. So right here you can see them here. Let's see. Oh, well, you can see them on the front. So the bottom one there, I don't know if you can see it, but that's Pop-Tarts, Fruit Loops, Rice Krispies, Pringles, which, I mean, I don't think they say Kellogg's Pringles, but it's under the umbrella there. Honey Smacks, what is that, Frosted Flakes, and I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, and I think they just repeat going up. Let's see here, because like I said, it's sealed, so I don't, yeah, it just repeats going up. So there it is right there, the Kellogg's Jenga there, which I think is just one of the coolest Jenga pieces out there. I mean, yeah, you have your fun variations of, like, you know, Donkey Kong, Bob's Burgers, Space Invader, Jenga, Godzilla, and such like that. But like, this is just really cool. You have the different color blocks. You have the different brands on there that match the colors. Like, you know, Pop-Tarts is known to be dark blue, Rice Krispies, the light blue, Fruit Loops. I think it's just one of the coolest ones out there. This one, I'll probably, sorry, that's my tablet over there. This is probably one of the coolest ones, and if I ever did sell it, it'd be a high price on it. Kind of like my General Mills Monopoly. I wouldn't let that go for anything less than $500. You know, this one, I didn't pay too much for it, but it'd probably be $40 if I were to ever let it go. All right, and the last two here, one I just picked up recently, as a matter of fact. I'll do that one last. So this one here, I happened to see at Walmart one day, and I was like, oh, that's cool. They came out with another game based on that, because I knew they had one game on it before, and it was like for kids, or like little kids up to teenagers or some shit. But then they came out with like a new game, so I picked it up, looked at it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I saw that they had a one-player version on it. You guys know me. If a game can be played with one player, I'm immediately intrigued, you know. So I was like, you know what, I should get this. But at the time, this was like pre-pandemic, so I wasn't rolling in the money or anything. I'm still not rolling in the money. So I was just like, ah, forget it, you know. I think it was like $20. And I was like, ah, forget it. But then it kept bothering me. I was like, man, I should have got that game. I should have got that game. So then I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna buy it online and put it on like a credit card or something and pay it off later. Went to go buy it on Walmart.com. Shipping not available on this game. Which that's a whole fucking topic for another day. But like, I'm getting real tired of like going to buy shit on Walmart and it says shipping not available. Like, whatever. Yeah, I can understand for like food products, but like when it comes to like other shit, like board games and other shit like that, like whatever. Anyway, that's like I said, that's a whole nother rant for another video. So I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So then I end up at another Walmart. And I'm like, oh crap, let me see if they got it here. Not only did they not have it, but they knocked the price down to like $14.97. I was like, are you kidding me? You know, I was like, I swear the next Walmart I go to and they have it, I'm buying it. Finally, I get my hands on it, and that is Five Nights at Freddy's Survive Till 6 a.m. game. This game is phenomenal. This game takes all the excitement of the Fast Nights at Freddy's game, the first one that is, and just perfectly extrapolates it to a board game version. I can't give this game enough praise, especially for its one-player mode. I don't know about the two-player mode yet, but the one-player mode is perfect. It's just like you're playing the video game, just with cards. I mean, you have the board that looks just like the camera system and such. You have all your favorite characters. You have Chica, you have Freddy, you have Bonnie, Foxy. Plus, you have other characters for the two-player mode. You have like Balloon Boy, a couple others. And this is a phenomenal game. Out of everything here, if I say you're going to go out and get something, I say this is the one you go out and seek, because this was a lot of fun, and I can't suggest this game enough. I've had a lot of fun with this one. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, because you have to prevent, of course, just like in the video game, you have to prevent the animatronics from getting into your office. And there's ways to prevent that and such with dice rolls, and a lot of fun. A lot of strategy involved. Highly suggest this game. Can't suggest it enough. Pick it up. And the last one here is one I just happened to be looking around Goodwill. Ironically, the same one that I found. What do you mean? The one that I'm just like, you're selling Home Alone 2 for $13. Which, funny thing is, I went back the day I found this. I went back and oops, stuff's falling. I went back and it was gone. So somebody actually shelled out $13 for it. Not me. So this one right here, I looked at it, and it's gonna bear a striking resemblance to another game, another very popular game. But to my knowledge, I don't think it's like a spin-off or anything. This is like a completely different game that kind of resembles another game, if that makes any sense at all. And that is Superfection. That's right. It kind of looks like Perfection. In fact, does it say it on the back? Does it have any? Yeah. To my knowledge, I'm pretty sure this has, because this is made by Lakeside, and I'm pretty sure Selcher and Ryder were the original creators of Perfection, and those were two different companies. This one right here was made in 1975, and what makes this different is not only do you have to get the pieces on the board like in Perfection, but you also have to put these shapes together, which, oh my god, you do get a little bit more time. Like, I believe in Perfection you get 60 seconds. Here you get 2 minutes. So let me find the piece that goes to this. So here's the one shape, and then you have to get that one, put that on top, and then put it onto the board before it pops up and everything. Oh my god. Like, the closest I've come here, what is it, 12 of them or 16? There's 16 shapes you have to put together. The closest I've come is 12. That's the closest I've come, which, again, I've had some ideas for videos with this and everything, but pretty cool. No bad. Now this was made in 1975, so there are a couple little malfunctions with this, considering that no batteries are required and everything. So like, it does pop, I think, about 3 seconds earlier than it should. So that's kind of a pain in the ass. And plus, you can tell when it's gonna pop, you know, because like the timer does when it does that slower tick, you know shit's about to pop. But I do say this is a worthy adversary to Perfection. I mean, like, if you think Perfection is just a little too easy for you, find yourself a Superfection, because this is great. Like yesterday, I whipped it out and I was just like, oh shit, let me just try it a couple times. Ended up playing for like 30 minutes. You know, and before making this video, I was just like, you know what, let me play a couple rounds here. I ended up playing like 5 rounds, you know, and the highest I could get is 12. So yeah, I mean, again, if you think perfection is just like, yeah, that's a baby's game, there you go. Up your game up some, you know. So yep, there you go. That was the last one here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It's been a long time since I've done a board game update here. So, I don't know when the next one will be. Beats me. Hopefully, I've been saying throughout there, I've been wanting to do some more Game On. You know, I have a great, you know, I have some great ideas for those characters in my head. Like I've said it on live before. If the ideas in my head could be a physical pile, it'd be about this high of videos that I want to do and such. But anyway. Remember all the stuff in the description down below. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Teespring link, Amazon wishlist. Get yourself a free 4-pack of Raise Energy by using my discount code ARTIST. And if you don't want to get a free 4-pack, you want to get some other stuff, still use my discount code ARTIST and save yourself 15%. That's right, 15%. Other places give you 10%. What are you going to do with that? I'm going to give you 15% if you use my checkout code ARTIST at checkout there. So, until next time, I will see you guys live. And remember, I am the ArtistVersion1. And be breezy.